All right, number 23. Integral of sine theta to cosine theta d theta. Whenever you see sines and cosines and at least one of them has a power of 1, we're going to go ahead and make one of them your u. So in this case, I'm going to make sine of theta my u. du would be cosine of theta d theta, which means d theta would be du over cosine of theta. All right, so let me go ahead and plug this all in. I've got the integral of u times cosine of theta times du over cosine of theta. And look at that, they cancel out, which is nice. So now I'm looking at the integral of u du, and the integral of u is u squared over 2 plus c. Which if I go back and I plug in from the very beginning, that is sine squared of theta over 2 plus c. All right, I'm looking at my answers. I don't see that as an answer. I see negative, but I know that the derivative of sine is cosine. There's no negative there, and there was no way to pick up that negative. So now it's like they really, really, really want us to go ahead and, try to figure out what this actually is. And we had learned when we did our trig substitutions that sine squared of something was equal to 1/2 times 1 minus the cosine of that 2 times that something. So if we go ahead and actually sub this in, this is going to be 1/2 times 1 minus the cosine of 2 theta divided by 2 plus c. All right, well, that's kind of annoying, but let's do it. 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. Negative 1/2 cosine of 2 theta. And the whole thing is being divided by 2, which is the same thing as multiplying it by 1/2 plus c. All right, so we've got 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4 minus 1/4 cosine of 2 theta plus c. And this is somewhere, this is a kind of problem, cosine of 2 theta plus c. This is the kind of problem where definitely there's some interesting stuff going on, because I see the answer. It's right here, it's b. But what's happened is they've taken this 1/4 and this c, and they've just said that that's a new constant. That's a big C. So this is negative 1/4 cosine of 2 theta plus some kind of big C. All right, number 24. Right here we've got the sine of root x over root x. I can't separate it. I can't do anything strange like that, but without the sine, without the numerator, I can integrate the denominator, but I cannot integrate sine of root x. So what would I need to do to change that? I would need to make u root x. du would then be 1/2 x then negative 1/2 dx, which is the same thing as 1 over 2 root x. So therefore, 2 root x du would equal dx. All right, let's go change our integral. Our integral is now sine of u over root x. Now I could change that, but I think it's easier to leave it so that I can see that dx is now going to be replaced with 2 root x du. And my root x's cancel. So now I've got 2 sine u, and the integral of 2 sine u, I can pull this 2 through the integral sign. The integral of 2 sine u is going to be 2 times the integral of sine of u, which is negative cosine of u, plus c, which is negative 2 cosine of root x plus c. Let's see if we can see that as an answer. Negative 2 cosine of root x plus c. Don't be fooled by this. This 1/2 belongs to this cosine, not the x. All right, number 25. We've got cosine of 2t squared, and I'm going to assume that because the 2 is right here after the 2t, it doesn't mean that the cosine is being squared. It means the 2t is being squared. All right, so I'm going to let u equal that 2t squared, which is really 4t squared. So du, because 2t squared, we squared the 2 and the t, would be 8t dt. So dt will be du over 8t. All right, right, let's go back to our integral. We've got the integral of t times the cosine of u. And instead of dt, we're going to write du over 8t. Our t's cancel. We've got the integral of the cosine of u, but we've got 1/8 the integral of the cosine of u. The cosine of u integrates to be the sine of u. 1/8 times the sine of u plus c, which is 1/8 times the integral of the sine of u, and the sine of u would be sine of 4t squared. Or I'll rewrite it how they had it before, 2t squared plus c. So let's see if we got that as an answer. Oh, they actually squared out the 2 and the t just like we had it before. So 1/8 the sine of 4t squared plus c, which is going to be right there. Option A.